Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So before we start, let's address the elephant in the room. So as you can see, I have changed my armor, but that is just the appearance of the armor. I am still using the strength build. Another thing I want to talk about is, as you can see in the background, it is now the Cimmerian Berserker, which, still needs naming. So if you guys have any names for her, let me know in the comments below, and as well as Lee and Neil. So as of the moment, they are both at level 8. So I have been grinding them out, I mean off cam that is. And we are bringing them in our journey today because I have actually respected in the war party. So, it's faster to level up 2 thralls than 1. And like what I said in the previous episode, we will now be tackling the sorcery aspect of the game. Now, I'm not really a big fan, but we really need a transportory stone at level 15 of the Tome of Kurak. Essentially, I will just be leveling this up. So I have a bunch of materials already gathered up for, to lessen the time that it takes for me to run around and whatnot. Once we click on the Tome of Kurak, it will show us the recipe needed for it to level up. So we just leveled it once, way back when we recruited Luffy, because, sorcery is needed for that quest line. So for level 2, we need feral flesh and feather. Now, feral flesh you can get from scorpions, snakes, even hyenas. I'm not actually sure. I guess most reptiles, if that makes sense, and most carnivore creatures, if that makes sense, because you don't get these from the shellbacks. So I can only deduce to that much detail. Other than that, I don't know where else you can get feral flesh and feathers. Of course, you can get them from birds and the like, and vultures. So luckily for me, I already have them. So let's go ahead and craft that one or upgrade that one. All right. Now we have to do this animation and we learn slow fall on the side. By the way, I thought I might share this. Don't be fooled by their armor. So this one is still doing the, or still rocking the strength build as well as Leonil. So I just thaumaturgy their armor. Now we need to level it to level 3. Savory flesh, that is where you can get it from the shield pack. And glowing goop, essentially back in the dregs. That is the first time you will experience glowing goop. And if you're living by Seppermaru, no need to go back to the dregs down here. But inside the pool over here, in this where you get the cook, there are a bunch of glowing goop that you can harvest just around this area. So no need to run super far away. We have that nearby. So again, let us go ahead and craft, or well, upgrade our Tome of Kurak. So we learned Abyssal Mount, Horse, and Rhino. Alright, now this is grayed out. So let us go ahead and cover this first. Human flesh, of course, you can get that from NPCs, and you chop them up with your cleaver to get that. And volatile gland you get from dragons. When upgrading your tome, you also need a sorcerous spell page. One way to get them is through unaliving sorcerers, and you would get cloth satchel. So once you open these up, you will get a sorcerer's spell page, notes, and a couple of truncheon and whatnot. So this is what we need. And alternatively, if you recall from the previous episode, we unlocked or we made a inking brush. And what else do we need? We need sacrificial blood in a flask. So again, we just need to knock out a NPC. I will go ahead and do it the non-lethal way by just, suffocating them. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and knock this guy out. He is a level 1, so it shouldn't take long. And now we need to bring this guy over here in the sacrificial stone. And from here, we just need a sacrificial blood in a flask. Now, if you have a tier 4 sorcerer, that would actually affect the number of things you craft. So if you just go ahead and craft one, hello. Oh, of course, we need this first. Right. What happened? Craft that. Hello? Is this bugged out? Okay, there we go. So what happened was, I think the terrain there was overlapping with the thing. That's why I couldn't get it to work, but I just had to move it, and here we are. Right. So we do gain corruption from that. Okay, now once we have that, when we make this one now, we should get 6. So a while ago it's just showing 3, but because of the sorcerer that we have, the efficiency is increased by 100%. So you get times 2 essentially. So let's go ahead and get 1 because that's what we need. Alternatively, this is how you get the sorcerer's spell page. So let's go ahead and craft 1. And aside from that, if you have a failed sorcerer spell page, if you have 10, again, alternatively, you can turn that into 1 sorcerer spell page. Now, fortunately for us, we have the exact amount of burlap satchels to cover the whole upgrade. So let's go ahead and open up everything. So we don't need the notes. Just throw it down there. We don't need the Dead Sorcerer's map anymore. And let's go ahead and open these up. Oh, I didn't realize some were actually cloth satchels. So let's see if we need to make more Sorcerer's Spell Page. We can definitely make some more. But again, let's go back to upgrading our Tome of Kurak. So what's our next step here? Human flesh and the volatile gland, and that would... Right, what would that teach us? Wall of Fire. Okay, for the next level, we need blood. And again, for blood, you just need human flesh, and you put it in the... what do you call this one? The fluid press, and that is how you get blood. So as you saw there, I've been pressing human flesh a lot. And brimstone, of course, you can get it from the lower parts here in the caves. So you have Sinner's Refuge and Galaman's Tomb. Alternatively, if you're living here in the Sepermaru area, you can get it from the Shattered Springs. So where you see turquoise, that's all brimstone over there. So let's go ahead and upgrade that once more. And we learn Creeping Darkness. I think that's only for PvP. I don't understand why you would want it dark. Like, I appreciate the light of the UE5. Let's keep on upgrading it. And again, we need blood and alchemical base. Again, for chemical base, you can craft that here in the Firebolt Cauldron. And you just need silver dust, gold dust, and ichor. And of course, you can loot it from NPCs that you kill. So for the next level, we need Purple Lotus Powder. Now, how do we get that? I'm not sure if I already mentioned it in a previous episode, but essentially I have 9 right now. And we just need to grind the flour. We put that here in the grinder. And that would be its powdered form. So that's 10 now. That's all we need. So let us go ahead and upgrade our tome again. Okay, for level 9, we need bone meal now. And like I pointed out before, bone meal you can get from bones. Just grind them into, well, bone meal, as the, as the name suggests. So there's that. We have a ton of it. So let's go ahead and upgrade our tome once more. And now for level 9, we need Weathered Skulls. Again, we can loot that from, well, chests and whatnot. But alternatively, you can harvest them from skeletons using your sickle. So I think I've showed that in the... I think it was the Unnamed City episode. But essentially, that is how you get them. I know there's another mechanic where you harvest using the Zath weapon or Zath tool. So again, that's another alternative choice if you don't want to do with the sickle one. Either or. There's no one way to play this game, so it's really totally up to you guys. But yeah, that is how you get them. Now for level 10, I didn't even notice we were using demon blood now. And essentially, you just have to kill, either corrupted versions of some creatures or, just the demonic creatures around the Isle of Septa and Exiled Lands. So you harvest that from them. And Soul Essence, that is essentially the other thing that we can harvest from the Sacrificial Stone. So it's this one right here, Soul Drain. So I'll just go ahead and get another NPC. And now that we have him here, again, we can go ahead and craft Soul Drain from him. And that gave me Corruption, 50%. And one Soul Drain gives you 5 Soul Essence. I'll just go ahead and get the Sacrificial Blood as well. And luckily for us, we have tons of dancers to cleanse us. So now we need to upgrade this craft. Now for level 11, again, we need Demon Blood and Sacrificial Blood and Flask. I already showed you guys how to do that. So let's just go ahead and upgrade the Tome. And now for level 12, we need a Dragon Horn. So obviously, as the name suggests, Dragon Horn, you can harvest from dragons. I think it's either undead or alive you can get them. I think. Again, could be wrong. But essentially, that's how you get it. Alright, so for level 13, it says here now we need Black Blood. So where do we get that? But before that, the other one is Dragon Powder. Again, I've showed you how to get them through the, well, of course, dragon. Alternatively, you can craft it, but it is very expensive to make because you need 56 Steel Fire, 37 Crystal, and 7 Brimstone, and 1 Demon Blood. So I think the easiest way to get them is, just harvesting them or looting them from dragons and skeletons. And Black Blood, if you have a spare Sorcerous Spell Page, we can go ahead and get 1. And we could actually dismantle it. And when we dismantle that, we get Black Blood and an Inking Brush. So that is one way to get Black Blood. But as we need a lot of it, I don't want to, just sit here and craft a bunch of Sorcerous Spell Page and then dismantle them. So I will be doing the alternative or the riskier route. But if you want to be safe at your base, you can go ahead and do that. So for this one, we will actually need our Thralls. All right, so let's go ahead and give them their food and healing items. And while it's becoming nighttime, I will traverse going towards this area. Actually, I'll meet you guys at the Freya's Hovel over here. We are here now at the Freya's Hovel. Again, we will talk to her in a separate video. And that is at G9. Like so, right over there. And from here, we actually want to head up there, that area. So let's go northeast. There is actually a pathway that you can follow, so I think that would be easier. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, this one over here. So all we have to do is follow this up the road, or up here. Okay, I think I might have missed it. We need to be there, not here. All right, let's go back. Here we are. All right, cool. So from Freya's Hovel, you can see it in the back. Oh, didn't want to show you the insides of the horse, but from Freya's Hovel, all we have to do is, again, go ahead and, head straight to northeast. And then we go up here. And we can see those creatures over there. They're like big vultures of some sort. So again, let's go ahead and take them out. You need to watch out for that one. That would send you flying off this cliff. Like so. And this is also one way to get feathers, I feel like. Yep, and demon blood. Yep, Hello, Mr. Bear. You guys are missing terribly. There you go. But again, this is not how you get black blood. So let's get rid of them. We don't need that. What we actually need to do now is head into the caves. And that is... dodge that one. And that is where we will get the black blood. So now we need to enter these caves. Okay, more of these creatures. Kill it. And within these caves, there are 3 skull bosses, and essentially that is where we can harvest the black blood. Now, fortunately, in UE5, the caves are more well lit compared to the UE4 version, where it's really pitch black. But if you're still having a hard time, you can go ahead and craft yourself a torch, and yeah, you should see better in here. Right, so there's a ton of them, and essentially that guy over there in the middle is who we need to get rid of. So as you saw there, if you don't dodge it, you will fly around. Like I said, we need to take that guy out. So hopefully the Cimmerian Berserker and Leonil can manage. Okay, get rid of this guy first, because he's aggroing me. And let's kill this guy together. Oh, that's pretty cool. You also get the Fragment of Power. Ammunition for, nice. Use that. And a skeleton key. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the best tool is to harvest them. I'll just go ahead and harvest them with the Reliable Butcher. Okay, don't think that's how you harvest it. Not so reliable after all. So I've never actually been up here. So I just climbed up here, killed this guy, and now we will check if that actually leads somewhere else. And the answer is no, it doesn't lead anywhere, it just goes around. So don't waste your time going up here. So lucky for us, there are actually 4 caves where you can loot that. So this is the first one, Lockstone Cave. And I feel like there's another cave over there. And I'm actually not sure where the other 2 caves are because I've only entered this one. So again, since the enemies in the front here already respawned, let's go ahead and try to check if the enemies within the cave respawn as well. No, it doesn't. So we really need to get to the other caves. So this is really the only downside to doing this route. It is RNG base. How come this guy keeps on respawning? That's weird. Yeah, so it's RNG base, unlike the dismantling route that is guaranteed 5 black blood every time. So again, you really need to weigh your options here. But for me, I like this one since I'm also leveling Leonil and the Cimmerian Berserker. Might as well do this route. So be careful of that ghost wall, because you will die if you touch it. Okay, we just need to climb this one. So from that path, we just circled around here. Okay, hopefully we are lucky now. Hopefully. Oh, it's quite dark. There you go. I should actually turn you guys to aggressive. That should be better. Okay, we just keep proceeding with the dungeon. And as far as I know, you don't get them from the regular, I don't even know what you call these. Yeah, you just get them from the bosses like that one. So this time let's use a star metal. Not so reliable butcher. Alright. This is very interesting. Is this not how you get the black blood anymore? Don't want to fall down there. Or maybe it's just from the 3 skull bosses, not the 1 skull one. So let's go ahead and see that for ourselves. Kill them. And we got hollow bone bow. Okay, let's use our pickaxe. There you go. Now we finally got black blood. But again, it's RNG. And as you can see, we need about 100 of them, and we only got 34. So this is the only nitty-gritty part, or the downside to it. You don't get as much, and it's RNG based, so you might actually have to spend a lot of time grinding this out. But again, as long as you're getting XP for your trials, it's okay, in my opinion. Okay, that's where we entered, and as you can see, there's a chest over there. Totally up to you guys if you want to climb that, but I climbed this one. And there's just this one child of Jhil, I feel like they're called, over there. And I've actually never been here, so let's go ahead and check where this leads to. Oop. That's another 1 skull boss, or mini boss. And that's another 3 skull over there. Okay, and we got another hollow bone bow. And that's it. We got black blood. We got more than what we came for. Let's see if we can get black blood from the one skull one. And doesn't look like it. So it's the 3 skull ones that you actually want. Okay, let's get rid of them. And let's see where this heads out to. Okay, this one's another 1-star. Then just checking. Yeah, no, I don't think you really get it from the 1-star, or 1 skull rather. So 3 skulls, that's what you want to focus on. Other than that, skip the rest. So following that path led me here. The scraps. So Jhil's roost and the scraps are connected. And I actually have no idea where the other one is. Could be here, somewhere here. Could be that one over there. I really have no idea because I've never been there myself. And there's surely nothing much up here, so I feel like it is going that way or that direction. Anyways, I'll see you guys back at the base. And now that we're back at base, let's go ahead and finish the leveling up of the tome. That's level 13. And for level 14, we just need Fragment of Power, 2 of them. And finally, for the last one, level 15, Witchfire Powder. Like I said, you can harvest them with the whites up in the Mounds of the Dead or in the Unnamed City. And you just have to harvest them with your Star Metal Sickle to get Witchfire Powder. So this is the last one, and this would give us the Teleportary Stone. So in our knowledge tab, this is the one that we really want. So, you know, we don't have to keep on traveling via horse or on foot. There is also the race that I won't be using that, but essentially those can also be your followers. Now, with them, you can have 3 of them, compared to the 2 thralls that you can have with the War Party perk. Now, there is also this mechanic where you summon Avatar of Bokrug, summon it that hunts, and summon Traitor of Blood. Those are all related to the, if we bring out our construction hammer, that is all related to the Circle of Power. Now, I haven't dabbled with it yet, ever. So, I'm not actually sure if I will be dabbling it with it in this series, but just so you guys know, there is that mechanic over there. Again, there's tons of videos about it. You can go ahead and search it up, but for me, might not actually dabble with that. And now that we can make transportery or teleportery stones rather, we just need brick, silver bar, and alchemical base, and torches. And from there, we could be, you know, traveling from one spot to the other. And fortunately, I don't have that, so I might actually showcase that in a separate video. But just to finish this video off, we did learn this one over here. I did talk about this one. Access or place a map room. So let us go ahead and activate this one. And we get a fragment of power from that as well. So again, what do we need for the map room? Again, that will be under building pieces and map room over here in special. So we need the corrupted stone, which we have. Which we should have. We do. And we also need crystals. Aside from that, we need 35 iron reinforcement and 75 alchemical base. So let's go ahead and get them. So now that we have all the materials now, I'll just go ahead and put it in the middle of everything. It's not like we're gonna actually keep that there. Like I said, transportery stone is what you want to use. Just because the map room is sort of a one-way street. So if we go over to these pillars, I'd like to say, you can see that bracelet is not attuned. That essentially means, you know, we haven't attuned to the obelisks. So we did attune to 1, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is from the unnamed city. I will have to visit all of these, and this is actually that part of this video where I'll go ahead and turn on the admin commands just so I could teleport to each teleportery stone, or sorry, not teleportery stone, but each obelisk. And yeah, I'll just probably throw in a montage for you guys. So cue in the montage. And if I went to each and every one correctly, we should be able to travel to each pillar now. So let's go ahead and check that. That's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is correct. Now we need to travel to an obelisk, and I think I shall just travel to... I think this one is... Yeah, I feel like this one's the Warmaker Sanctuary, so let's go ahead and travel to that one. And yes, it is. So essentially, that is how we do that. And we accomplish that one. So we need just to claim our rewards. And again, now we just have 8 journeys to accomplish. The next episode is gonna be a cool one. It has gotten some traction from my previous series back in UE4, and I want to recover it again here in UE5 and see if there's any changes or whatnot. But again, more of that in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. or simply comment down below what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, or just let me know how I'm doing. And if you want to support me further, you can do so by simply subscribing to the channel, as that really helps me out a lot. Anyways, that is it for me for today. I'm Aimatiro, and I'll see you guys on the next video.